How's it going, everyone? I've been asked for a while to do another video commentary and do another gameplay review. So here it is. I figured the best option would be just to do my own gameplay. It's been a few weeks since I had been on, and I figured that I would go ahead and hop into Haven in team doubles. So I have already uploaded the same video as a straight up gameplay, and this is the commentary of it. And a lot of people are going to ask me, what were you doing in the beginning? Why were you circling? That's something that started back in Halo 2. It's called the Ogre Circles, and what it basically does is realign your line of sight. It tries to allow you to adjust your thumb pressure and your center so that when you are shooting, you're not all over the place. And a lot of people go side to side or up and down, and they pull too hard left or pull too hard right. You'll see that in a lot of gameplays. And doing the circles when you are in the middle of a BR battle, it allows you to regain your center and shoot what's in the center of your screen, as opposed to if someone is strafing and go side to side. Now, you're not going to get all of my commentary that I could possibly throw out there during this game, because if I were to comment on every single thought that I had during a single game, it would probably be about a 2-hour video, and so I'm just not going to do that. I'll cover what I can, and you can learn from that. So, in this game, you'll see I go with stealth camo because it's doubles, it's matchmaking. I don't feel like sweating as hard as I possibly can. It's relaxing, it's matchmaking, and it's Halo 4. So that's why that is. And as always, in this particular game, I believe my teammate was probably 600 over 1,800 deaths. That's pretty much what I get every time I play doubles. So I pretty much have to carry my own weight and set up my teammate for the best opportunity of success, which you'll see shortly. So I start here, and I just look to see if anyone's coming. They're not, so I go ahead and grab the railgun and set up for, in this particular situation, someone that I know is going to go for speed boost. If they're not going to be coming towards top middle, then they're pretty much going to be going for speed boost, or they're going to be going for railgun like I did. So a lot of kids like to go for speed boost, whatever, easy kill for me. You can see I trapped him at the Mohawk. I was able to shoot him. He couldn't get away very easily. Even with the speed boost, he's still slowed down by my shot, so I was able to clean him up. The reason I sprinted across back over to the Mohawk is because after I kill him, I can either block the big ramp or block Mohawk. Now, if I block the big ramp, then he's either going to spawn Mohawk, which is unlikely, or he's going to spawn at his base ramp. If he spawns at the base ramp, he has multiple ways of getting away. If he spawns at Mohawk, he can go towards either side of the map. And if I'm on middle, I may not necessarily know where it is that he's going, whether he's going to blue or red. So by blocking Mohawk, I can force him to big, and yes, he can still go to blue or red, but he has to pass through middle to do so. Whether it's top mid or bottom, it doesn't matter. I'm going to see him on my radar. It's Infinity Slayer, so I'm going to know where he's going. If he spawns at his base, which is unlikely, then I can shoot him because I'm going to see him from the Mohawk angle. Or, in the very least, if I'm able to push the top middle, I'm going to be able to trap him. So in this situation, I try and do my best to push him to big ramp and give him the worst possible position on the map, which is big ramp, because once you're trapped on there, you're trapped. I naded in case he's coming up, and I have plasma nades, so I'm really not too concerned about throwing 2 nades and keeping him on the defensive. So I have railgun, and again, stealth, he can't see me, so I'm pretty much set. In doubles, you're always going to see me pick up whatever nades are available as soon as I have the opportunity. In this situation, he obviously doesn't pose a threat. He's dead, so I have a couple seconds to pick up pulse grenades and reposition myself. He's either going to spawn at Mohawk or the base. Sometimes they can spawn at bottom lift, but typically that's not usually the case. So in this situation, he got a teammate. They're both underneath. My teammate, the fool, runs down, and I have to set up to be able to kill one guy. It works out for me. I'm going to use random teammates as tools. So if that tool means that they're a distraction, then they're a distraction. If it means that he gets an assist and I finish the kill, so be it. Just so happened that he got the guy, which it pretty much stunned me. But the reason I dropped down is because two frag grenades spawn right there in team doubles. So I tried to drop down and pick those up. Also, I'm blocking that spawn again. So there's no frag grenades, so I just set up again. And there, my teammate dies, but I'm not going to go chasing someone for a simple kill like that. I still have the lead. That guy spawns there. One guy on the blue team decides to run bottom mid. Him running bottom mid, he's out of the picture for me. I could care less what he does for the next probably 5 seconds, because in order for him to get any position to do any damage to me or my teammate and make any impact on the game whatsoever, he's going to have to get out of bottom mid, go to Mohawk, which is still going to take a while, or go to red, which is going to take a while, or go to big, which is going to take a while, or run back to his base. No matter what, he's out of the picture. I could care less what he's doing, so I don't even need to pay attention to him. The guy that's running blue hall, I'm going to put shots on him and at least pose a distraction for him and continue to maintain my position on top mid. So as I said, this guy goes back to blue and he makes easy shots. This guy decides to push middle and I get a nice clean 5 on him. Now it's not my host, and here you see me pick up those frag grenades I was talking about. Now by dropping down, I not only pick up nades, but I also am able to block Mohawk spawn. So the guy I killed spawns there. I get a 4 on him. I try to place this nade, but it doesn't hit. No big deal. I get a 4 shot on the guy, clean it up, and he's not able to line up his shots to be able to finish me. So when that happens, when you miss your grenades like that, just line up your shots. You have to prepare for the worst situation. If you're always thinking that you're going to be in the best optimal situation to be able to finish a kill, you're only mistaking yourself. In doubles, you rely on yourself. Okay? If you're with a reliable teammate that you practice with all the time, that's different. But I go in by myself. I rarely play with someone. So I have to rely solely on myself and my ability to outshoot, outstrafe, outsmart someone that is challenging me. And in that situation, I already had a shot on me from that guy because I was killing his teammate. So I had to position myself around the middle wall in order to be able to pose enough deterrence for him that he had to make his way around that angle and shoot me. But I ended up jumping and out shooting him, which worked out greatly. Now here, I get the ordnance, I drop the saw, but I'm one shot. So what a lot of stupid people will do is drop the ordnance and then run out and grab it while they're still one shot. These guys are pretty much only going to spawn at Mohawk or at bottom lift. Why? Because my teammate is on top mid. It's highly, highly unlikely that they're going to spawn at Mohawk, or I'm sorry, at Big Ramp, because if you see on my radar, my teammate is angling towards that direction. I just killed the first guy at their base spawn and the second guy on top mid. So they have to spawn at the weakest zone, or if you want to look at it this way, the strongest spawning zone for them, which is the furthest away from the enemy, which in doubles in this case is at Mohawk. So if I run out there and grab that saw and they spawn at Mohawk and they're smart enough to look over at red base, all they have to do is put one bullet in me and I die. So I regain my shields and then I pick up the saw while simultaneously picking up extra nades as, security measure. I always am going to pick up nades. And there you saw what I was talking about. They started shooting over at red. My teammate stood there like a fucking pinata and died. Now you can clearly see by the saw shots here, it's not my host this game. Unfortunately, but it's not my host. All I'm doing here is regaining position while I regain my shields. And again, I could care less what my teammate does because he's not an asset to me. Throughout this entire game, he is not an asset. He is a tool. So I used the distraction of my teammate to keep my distance and clean up that guy at Mohawk. So it gives me a kill. I'm still in the lead. I don't need to do much other than acknowledge the fact that my teammate is being bad. He's a random. So here again, I use him. He's the distraction. I'm the asset. I'm relying on myself, and I finish those two kids because my teammate is incapable of doing so. Now, here, the guy doesn't see me, so why start BRing him? Absolutely waste of my time. So instead of BRing him, I'm going to get the one-shot kill on him by nading him and then finishing him off with the BR. Easy kill. The reason I didn't go for that railgun, a lot of times I'll like to get salt and rail, is because my teammate, as invaluable as he is, maybe every now and then you get someone that can use rockets or can use a railgun. I've even come across kids that are negative 2,000 stats and they can hit a sniper like as if it's a freaking AR. I don't understand it. Everyone has their own thing, but I've seen it happen. In this situation, I clearly should have had to kill on the guy, but the connection's not great. Welcome to 343's matchmaking. So I had him one shot, but if I chase him, I'm losing position. I'm sacrificing um, my potential position to shoot at the other guy, wherever he may be. And I know for a fact that 9 out of 10 random teammates are going to go chase that guy just because they see him on radar. So I'm not going to sacrifice what I'm doing and my position and my scenario to go chasing some guy that I made one shot. When again, if you remember me saying, they're at bottom mid. They are out of the game, out of my objective, out of my goal, so to speak, for at least a little while. So you can see here they both dropped down. I got the assist because I made him one shot. So I don't care about him. Here this guy's oblivious. I'm pretty sure I kill him. There you go. So you got to know your positioning. He's not aware that his waist is visible in that crack. Well, that's my advantage. I'm going to keep shooting. As long as I see a body, I'm going to shoot it. Again, all I'm doing here is resetting myself while I reload the saw. Now, what I could have done there is stayed in top middle and just sat there, but I was worried that his teammate would spawn at Mohawk, and sure enough, he did. If I had stayed on middle and he started DMRing me, he probably would have killed me. Here, using my teammate as a tool, I'm going to weaken the guy again, just like I did when he dropped to bottom mid, and then I let him go because I'm one shot, he's maybe a shot and a half, maybe two shot. My teammate's on top mid. He's not very valuable, but he's not completely foolish. He can shoot an AR or shoot a BR, even if it's partially. So that partial capability of shooting a weapon is enough to get a kill when I make someone one shot. And the guy that was jumping across the bridge was so focused on me that it gave my teammate an easy kill. Now here, when this guy's lifted, you see me put a peek shot on him. The reason being is because I'm still weak. All this guy has to do is turn around and shoot me and I'm done for. But by putting a distraction shot on him, it turns his attention to me, but I'm peeking on him so that I can then switch weapons while my shields are charging. Because what a lot of mistakes that people make and what a lot of people don't realize is when they're playing, your shields take a few seconds to come back. Okay, you have to time that. And if you time it right, you can engage in battle while your shields are coming back. But a lot of times people will challenge while their shields are going down or while they're still maintaining one shot. One of the most valuable things I learned years ago is that there's a difference in Halo between health and shields. Okay? And I'm not talking about Halo 1 get a health pack. I'm talking about the time of your shields charging versus your health being there. So when you see your bar going up, you're gaining health, but your shields themselves are not fully charged. Your shields are the first barrier between you and enemy shots. So when you jump out and your shields are charging, you're not as strong as you are when you are actually full shield, when you have that barrier. So by peek shotting him and allowing my shields to charge, I create a distraction, I get a shot on him, so I'm already ahead in the battle, and then I have a saw. So I'm going to kill this guy 100%, you know, and the reason I say 100% is because I've been judging the connection and everything throughout the game. So don't make stupid mistakes, don't get overconfident, but, you know your situation. So I'm camo, he doesn't see me, I distract him, he released his plasma pistol, and I finish him off. So during that plasma pistol charge and release, it gives me plenty of time and space. Now here I see they're both there on my radar. I assume I weaken one of them, which gets me the clean 3 shot on him. All I have to do is keep that guy distracted while his teammate spawns, and then when his teammate spawns, they shouldn't spawn together, so it should realistically give me the advantage. So here, again, you see him separated. I'm one shot, and I just got to get cover. I'm not going to go running out there just because my teammate died. If he dies, good for him. I could care less. I'm ahead by 18 kills. No, yeah, 18 kills. Um, so I got more than enough time in the world to wait these guys out. And if my teammate wants to die, he can die 20 times before I start giving a crap. All I have to do is keep drawing these kids in and drawing these kids in one by one. Now here, again, this is kind of what I was explaining earlier, is that um, he jetpacked, he got some shots on me. Yeah, he didn't get me very well, but he got me. I could run over to top mid and just sit there and be avoiding the jetpack shots. But if that guy, the other enemy, spawns at Mohawk, then I got a straight line of vision from him to be able to shoot me while I already have my shields down. That's going to put me at the disadvantage. So by dropping behind this landing wall, I can either anticipate him coming over the lift or wait to see if he comes across from Mohawk. Either way, I'm going to be able to regain my shields by the time that he comes around and be able to give myself a good setup. And as you can see, bam, there he is. Mohawk spawn, straight line carbine shot straight into me. But again, I really don't care that my teammate died. I'm not concerned about that kind of stuff because I'm going to win the game. So if he wants to die, he can die, and it's not going to change anything that I do. Now, the reason that I pick up a close range weapon in that scenario is because it's nearing the end of the game. I have a mid to long range. It's Haven. This isn't, Narrows or Ragnarok. A BR is going to suffice for pretty much any range on this map. So having a close range weapon will prepare me for any close encounters better than one of the other weapon choices will. And in this case, you're about to see he comes within inches of me, and even though it's not my host, I don't need it to be because all I have to do is get a perfect circle on him with the reticle, and I'm all good. So I hope that you guys, were able to learn something from this. I hope to see plenty of comments, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the other video as well. You can see the difference between the straight up gameplay and, a lot of the things that I'm thinking throughout my game. And again, you can see I didn't try all that hard in this game. It's a very nice, relaxing, simple game, and that's how I'm going to play it. You know, there are instances when you see in my other videos where there's Mexican connections or there's Russian hosts, things like that, and you have to try a little bit harder. But when it comes to things like this, I'm just going to relax. I'm going to adjust my shot. I'm just going to take it easy, set people up, and win the game. And that's all that matters in the end, is that I'm winning my game. I don't care what my teammate's doing, and that's all there is to it. So you just got to learn to think for yourself and use your teammates, your random teammates, as tools. Don't count on them to be assets. Don't rely on them to save you. Don't rely on them to win the game for you. So I hope you all enjoyed.